to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lindsay Brantley, the founder of Camellia Alise and the Camellia Alise Academy. And as we do every week, we come on Wednesday nights to discuss self-care, skincare, and everything in between. So I am super excited to be here with you guys. I hope that you have your glass of wine. So I want to toast to you for making it through hump day. All right, so this week's topic is a lot of fun for me. It's hashtag Break the Silence. The month of September is PCOS Awareness Month. And for those of you guys who are just tuning in, new to Wine and Wellness, every year in September, I talk about PCOS awareness because PCOS, which stands for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, is the reason that I started my business. And my favorite color happens to be teal, which is also the PCOS ribbons color. So as you can see, like my teal Keurig, this month I'm gonna wear a lot of teal. Y'all will see me in teal everywhere. It's my favorite color, and it's, an excuse for the month to make sure that I highlight the color. But I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I've had it since I was 16. I was diagnosed well before people knew what it was. And I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about PCOS, how it affects your skin, give you some interesting facts on it. Now, I will tell you that 1 in 10 women of childbearing age actually suffer with PCOS symptoms or suffer with PCOS. A lot of times you're not diagnosed with it though until you deal with any kind of like infertility issues or major hormonal balance that kind of triggers your doctors to look for it. But a person like me, I've always had a severe case of it, so I was diagnosed pretty early, unlike some others. So I kind of wanted to go through just a couple of interesting facts. Hey, I want to say thank you guys for joining me. I see everybody saying hi and waiting. So once again, thank you guys for joining. It is Wine and Wellness Wednesday, and this week we're talking about polycystic ovarian syndrome. So I kind of started last week without mentioning it last week. I kind of talked about hormonal acne, which is definitely one of the biggest symptoms of PCOS. As your hormones fluctuate, you'll notice very big differences in your skin. But I kind of wanted to give you guys some of the other interesting facts when it comes to PCOS. Give me 1 second. Someone says they have the same laptop. Okay. Y'all know I always have y'all laughing at me later where you're like, girl, you need to get some glasses. I'm getting my eyes checked soon, but I can't even see the comments. So if y'all see me get up, it's because I'm just looking at y'all's comments as they all come in. So some interesting facts. Despite the fact that PCOS is one of the most popular syndromes that there are for women of childbearing age, like I said, 1 in 10 women actually have it. It only receives 0.1% of funding from the national institutes. So if you guys are just now learning about it, want to learn more about it, I highly recommend that you guys look up the company PCOS Challenge. They are the oldest nonprofit for PCOS in the country. We are a supporter of them, and financially we give back to them. So we actually missed last year's contribution because of COVID, so we're going to be doubling up this year. But they're a great nonprofit to learn from, and they are constantly going to the Senate and healthcare organizations so that PCOS research can receive more funding. So they're a great organization to kind of tune into, learn a little bit more about, but that's PCOS Challenge. Another fact that is really interesting, this is one that happens, and I see it a lot. By the age of 40%, which means 4 out of 10 of the women who have been diagnosed with PCOS become diabetic or develop pre-diabetes. So it is very, very popular. These two things go hand in hand. So a lot of times If you have PCOS, you'll notice that you'll be pre-diabetic. For me, I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant. So diabetes is unfortunately one of the things that if you have PCOS, you're more than likely going to be affected with diabetes, or you're going to have to watch your sugar, because PCOS many times is developed because of insulin resistance. So we process sugar differently. All right. Couple other things. I love this. Despite the name polycystic ovarian syndrome, all women who have PCOS do not necessarily have cysts in their ovaries. Now, for someone like me, I'm a classic case. I have all the symptoms. So I deal with hirsutism, which is the excessive hair, which of course is why I developed the products for people who are having to shave their face, wax their face, shave their legs all the time, getting a lot of razor bump issues. So that was one of the reasons that I developed our skincare products. But cysts in your ovaries, irregular cycles, hormonal acne, unexplained weight loss, depression, like all of those are symptoms of PCOS. So there's a lot that can come along with it. Next week, I'm actually going to talk about the 4 types of PCOS and how it can, how self-care can kind of help with that. So I kind of touched last week on specific skincare around hormonal changes. This week, I just wanted to bring awareness to what PCOS is. And then next week, I'll talk about the 4 types of PCOS and the self-care aspect, like how you can help yourself if you have PCOS. All right. A couple other things. Eating disorders are actually common amongst women who have PCOS. So if you are someone who is like under the sound of my voice and you have PCOS and you feel like the weight gain or like the eating disorder, like you're all alone, it is not true. You are not alone. Please know and understand that a lot of people who have PCOS also deal with eating disorders and mood disorders because of the drastic changes in your hormones. So definitely keep that in mind. Let's see. Women in the United States, it says, spend an estimated $4 billion annually, $4 billion with a B, to diagnose and manage PCOS. Because there's so many different types and so many different symptoms that come along with it. You have some people that are, spending money on doctors just to get an official diagnosis. You have some people who are out there trying different supplements, different teas. There's such a wide array of things that people are doing to try to manage their PCOS symptoms that the price tags add up. Even for us, right? We handle specific skin conditions around PCOS. So we deal with people who have a lot of hormonal acne, who have hirsutism where they have excess hair, or the clients who have stubborn body fat that they can't get rid of because of, their PCOS symptoms. So we definitely see a lot of clients trying to manage their PCOS for $4 billion and trying to, diagnose and manage it. That's a lot of money, okay? A couple of other things. Most common cause of PCOS is ovarian infertility. So like I was telling you guys, a lot of times people don't even know that they have it, don't even know what the heck PCOS is until they start to experience issues around fertility, and then they're, later diagnosed. So if you are having fertility issues, don't be afraid to ask your doctor if PCOS has something to do with it. You just never know. So that's one. And then I just wanted to kind of go over just a couple of other things. I'm going to go through about 2-3 more facts. Eating proteins or fat-containing foods every 3 to 5 hours can help stabilize your blood sugar. And so this helps prevent cravings with PCOS. Now, I will tell you that, they do tell us if you have PCOS, then you want to kind of eat smaller snacks throughout the day instead of letting your blood sugar completely jump up or down. You kind of want to stabilize it throughout the day, but because weight loss can be an issue, cholesterol can be an issue, don't just eat a lot of unhealthy fats or really fatty meats, because that can actually make the condition worse. So it's all about balance and balancing things out, but just know that PCOS like I said, you want to kind of try to regulate your sugar levels as best as possible, which means eating smaller snacks throughout the day. Okay? Regular exercise can actually help with your insulin resistance, and it can help with symptoms for PCOS. So even walking a couple of hours a day can do a lot for you. I mean, a couple of minutes a day, not hours, a couple hours per week. So if you're doing 20 minutes, 5 days a week, you get an hour in, you may see that your PCOS symptoms can start to change a little bit, decrease a little bit as well. So they always recommend that you exercise. And some of the stuff that I'm reading from you guys comes from the Mayo Clinic, it comes from nutrition, it comes from PCOS experts, and then people like the nonprofit. So I do a lot of research to make sure that I can give you guys the most succinct facts, which is why I'm looking at my computer here. Okay, then the last one that I wanted to go over, I kind of touched on this as well, but fatty liver and type 2 diabetes are two of the most common symptoms or syndromes that go along with PCOS. So a lot of times you may not necessarily think, oh, I have PCOS because I have type 2 diabetes, but you may want to talk to gynecologists if you're seeing things correlate. So for instance, if you're having issues with irregular menstrual cycles and you were just diagnosed with diabetes, okay, let me talk to my doctor to see if these two things correlate. So always ask the questions when it comes to any diagnosis so that you are well informed about your conditions. Don't be afraid to ask your doctors. Reach out to people like us. Reach out to PCOS Challenge so that you have the answers you need to manage this syndrome or any other symptoms that might be coming your way. So once again, I just wanted to, like I said, kind of touch on the fact that this is PCOS Awareness Month. So this month, y'all are going to see me talk a lot about hormones and PCOS and wear a lot of teal because I'm proud to be amongst people who are breaking the silence and spreading more awareness on it. So many people have PCOS but don't even know it or don't even know what it is. So it's important to, educate others on it so that you know that if you do have it, you are not alone. And if you think you might have it, there are people out there that can help you, support you, help you get a diagnosis. So I hope that you guys learned something new about, PCOS and PCOS awareness. Like I said, for the month of September, we're going to be talking about it more. And next week, I'm going to talk about the 4 types of PCOS. And also, because when I first was diagnosed, there were not 4 types. It was just, you had this label. But the more we learn, the more we grow. So there's 4 types. I'll be talking about those. And I'll also be talking about self-care and how you, as someone who might have PCOS or have some of the common symptoms, can take care of yourself and lessen some of those symptoms. So hope that this was some useful information, and I'm excited to toast to you guys for making it through Hump Day. And I'm playing Happy today from Pharrell. Super excited. I'm happy. I hope that you guys are happy and have had a great midweek so far. Hey, most of us had Monday off, so hopefully that helped a little bit too. Shorter week, more time to celebrate and be happy because you don't have to be at work as much, right? All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, as we talk self-care, skincare, and specifically this month, PCOS. I will talk to you guys next week. I look forward to it. And as always, for everyone who's tuning in, if you guys have any questions about self-care, skincare, things you want us to talk about more, feel free to DM us, private message us, comment on the videos below. And I look forward to answering you guys' questions. Talk to you guys next week. Thanks.